cry. No, I'm so frustrated.
Is this any better?
Kinda. You kinda look really pixelated.
Still?
For me?
Fuck. I thought I hacked it. Yeah, I can hear you fine now.
You can hear me fine now?
Yeah.
You should say, yeah.
The internet doesn't want us to be great.
It doesn't.
Well, while Nick does that, how's your day?
My day is going good. I'm excited to be seeing you. I wish I could give you like a hug, not a virtual hug. Hugs. I'm so proud of you. I was waiting for this, and then this internet's over here.
Thanks, man. Yeah, the energy set off the vibe. But at least this is better.
Where are you at, Jessie?
Toronto.
¿En la casa de quién? ¿Tuya o de tus?
En la casa de mis papis.
¿Dónde están?
They're in their bedroom watching novelas.
No!
Yeah. They're in their bedroom watching novelas.
I can't remember the last time I saw a novela. I think it was around like 2012 or 13 when I was like, yo, this is why I'm fucked up in my head. This is why love goes wrong. It's because of these novelas.
Yo, for real.
Do you remember the first you ever watched?
Do I what?
Do you remember the first novela you ever watched?
Mm-hmm. Las Juanas.
¿Cuáles?
Las Juanas.
Oh, I don't know what was that one about?
It's a Colombian novela about the 5 sisters that all had tattoos on their ass. They had fish tattoos on their ass.
Oh, man. Yeah. I bet the storyline is all the same. They're all hopeless romantic, waiting for Prince Charming to come save them, and they all depend on the man.
So whack.
Same storyline all the time.
Yo, but you know what, though? It's not even just novelas, man. Disney fuck kids up, too. Disney fucked a lot of kids up.
What, like, which stories do you think? All of them?
All of them. What the fuck? Every little girl's not a princess, and every dude is definitely not a prince.
I didn't even like to wear dresses when I was a little girl.
Yeah, I was such a tomboy. That's crazy.
Tomboy.
Yo, that shit is crazy. Because that affects a kid's psyche so much.
Oh, it really does. Like, you're waiting around for this prince that ain't never going to come because they don't exist. Just joking. Nick is like on the side. Sorry. Don't be offended.
Yeah, but you got lucky. You got lucky. You got lucky and you're part of the minority that actually found a good one that's consistent. That shit is not common.
It's not. Was it hard for you to put this album together and express yourself like this? Because I mean, I feel like you talk about something that's very personal. Heartbreak isn't always an easy thing to talk about for a lot of people. I know for me, it was a very, very hard thing to talk about for a very long time. How does it feel for you?
In my music, it's easy. But when I talk about it, it's not easy. It's like, I feel like when I sing, it feels more at home.
Mm-hmm.
And if anything, it makes me feel a little bit vindicated because at least I'm getting something out of it.
So like, let me release and let this out. What's the hardest song on the album for you?
To make?
Yeah.
Same side.
Why is that?
Cause it's probably the rawest. It's probably the one that's like most apparent that I'm lacking self-love. His comments are jokes. You know what someone had the audacity to say?
What they say? I'm not even reading their comments. What are they saying?
Somebody said, I bet you she curved like 3 good dudes because they're lame. Let me tell you something, okay? When you're in love with somebody, it could be Prince fucking Charming that comes along, but if your heart is already like committed to somebody, it's not even just about me not wanting to because dudes are lame. It's about me already being invested in someone. That's what it is. And I'm loyal as shit, so it fucked me over. Like, the fact that I'm too loyal fucked me over because I tried to see it out and, like, be like, no, it's okay. Like, you know, things will get better.
I feel like personally being loyal, loving deep, sometimes I feel like it's a gift, and sometimes I feel like it's a curse. Like I don't. I feel like I'm finally learning to pull back and not give as much, but I'm just naturally a giver, and I love to love hard as fuck.
Yeah, me too. So you're setting boundaries.
Exactly, but that's something that I don't think that we grow up talking about. Like the word boundaries, like that wasn't taught to me. Like I learned that word like 5 6 years ago.
Me
So
too.
probably like, what are boundaries?
Me too. What are boundaries? I didn't understand that either. That's funny.
But you
They
learn
should teach that in school.
where they really should, or what they really need to teach in school is self love, because I feel like if that was taught earlier on,
We'd
it
be fine.
we would be fine. You could
Yeah.
break. There's no such thing as breaking my heart because guess what? I'm prepared.
I'm prepared. Yeah,
Yeah,
man. I'm good. I don't need it. It's crazy how much that affects it. I remember when I started loving myself, it just kind of brightened up. It brightened up a lot. It made a lot of this easier.
do you remember that moment when that happened for you?
I remember the moment when I realized I wasn't doing it. And I was talking to my dad and I was bawling because dude had done some shit again. And my dad's like, si uno te querés, mija, ¿quién te va a querer? Vaya coma, vaya, like, because I wasn't eating, I wasn't. And he saw me cheesing. He was like, what are you doing? If you don't love you, who's going to love you?
Yeah.
And that shit hit. If not even who don't, pero si vos no te querés. Like, not si vos no te amas, because amas is self-love, but querer is something else. Like, if you don't show care for yourself, self-care is something so important, you know?
Something on La Memoria, which by the way, I've always said this, that love songs in Spanish are just, they hit harder, okay?
Yeah,
Like,
they hit different.
really do. Basically, about you even being so deaf to even your own mom's advice. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what are some of that? What is some of that advice that your mom would give you that you feel like you weren't even taking in at that moment?
Que esas chicas no te llegan ni hasta los tobillos. That the chicks he was cheating on me with didn't even make it to my ankles. It took me a while to understand that. I'm like, oh, these bitches ain't shit. True. You know, it took me a while to understand that. That like, if you're knowingly and willingly putting yourself in between somebody else's relationship, you're an asshole.
Yeah.
You're an asshole. You're an asshole. Like you don't have to do that shit. And what else? Just that I was dumbing myself down. Like the volume of who I am, the personality of who I am, I was turning it down to
Yeah.
be enough for him.
Uf. Luego para que alguien que no te llegue hasta los tobillos, it's not worth it. But I feel like it takes a lot of like self work and realizing though, and then a lot of people never get to realize that. A lot of people stay in these relationships forever and never see their own worth because they're so stuck trying to level up, I guess, to the other person, not realizing, yo, like I'm a star within my own self. I am human. I am worthy of love, of loving myself to begin with.
Yeah.
Something I really, really love is Coffin. Um, not just because ends on there, which congratulations, because the go on a debut album says a lot about you. Was
Which is crazy.
was it was it more nerve wracking or more of a this third time around working with them?
I just didn't believe it was gonna happen till it happened. Like when everyone, when I got word that he was down to do it and that he was gonna be sending over the verse, I was like, no fucking way, no way. Like I couldn't believe it. You know?
Did you select a song and send it over to him? Was it sent to him like, yo, which one do you like, or how was the process of getting him onto it?
Selected the song, had the vision with him on it, and we sent it over, and he fucked with it. And then he went to the studio, hit the verse, and then sent it back.
What is the reaction when your parents are hearing a song like that, which talk about you talk about waking up with a bed, you talk about building a coffin made for two, you talk about a lot of deep things. Oh, and I really love that you talk about in that reincarnation. But I just wonder, like, obviously, also kind of like with Gatekeeper, when these are like the first time that your parents listen to it, what are their reactions to your songs?
They, I think I got him warmed up with Kiddo. So
Like we're ready.
Yeah, they're ready. They're warmed up. And my parents understand that I'm like, I've never really compromised who I am, you know? So I don't like, I don't know, it's just who I am. It's who I am. Groserías y todo. It's just who I am. It's just how I express myself.
Like,
And
where are you
they,
at cooking right now?
so I just chopped up some garlic.
Okay, you already have it in the pot?
I'm about to, I got my peppers here. You can see them.
Okay.
You see them?
Hey,
Yes.
look, twins.
Yeah, we're twins. I got the onions about to go. I'm about to get some cayenne pepper because I like my shit spicy.
Latinas for you.
Ooh, I know, right? A little bit of cayenne pepper, baby.
Love.
Put in some, un poquitico de aceite también.
Like a tipo de olivo?
Say it again?
What type of oil are you using? Olive oil?
Yeah.
Let me see. I don't know how these influencers and these bloggers do this shit because it's hard, okay?
Yeah.
I'm trying to angle, and it's bad. It's all bad. Right here.
It's bad for real. Like, I've been holding the camera like this because the second I put it down, the second I put this shit down, you start,
Ruido?
well, what does that sound like? Does that sound good?
Why did you select to make this dish today? Because this was your choice.
Because it's quick and um, because it's quick and because it's healthy. There's no bread, there's no potatoes. It's just meat and veggies.
Boom.
You know? Lenny, what's poppin'? Oh, Lenny's up in this bitch.
And
Oh, that's cool.
they're actually really people right now to give you
Say it again?
boost your immune system.
It's good for your immune system, or how's my immune system?
Garlic and the garlic and onions. When I went to the store when this all started happening, all the garlic and all the onions were off the shelves. I've never seen it. I was like, whoa, people are preparing for like
Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
apparently it's really good for your immune system. So that's why they were all
Garlic and everything.
Do you remember the first time you started cooking?
Do I remember the first time I ever went?
Started to cook?
I think I was like 18.
What dish did you make?
I got motivated because somebody tried me and told me I couldn't make empanadas, and I was like, "Where?"
They would have the Colombian card.
Yeah, they tried to test my Colombian card, and I was like, "Bitch, it's in my blood." And then I learned how to do it, and now I know how to make empanadas.
¿Empanadas de qué?
Empanadas de res con papitas.
Yo, I had some empanadas de res con papitas in Colombia.
What?
So good. It was so delicious. But I think my favorite that I had over there, which I never had before.
You never had arepas?
No, not until I went to Colombia. But
No way.
I was like, oh, I could eat 20 of those.
Yeah, they're good, man.
All right, so I have my peppers and onions. Oh, it smells good.
Thanks.
They're getting whipped up. Nick is just waiting over here to see how this is
He's
gonna
just waiting?
He just wants to eat.
Oh, fuck.
I have my steak. Let me.
I just put in my onions. Hijo de puta, me voy la mano en aceite.
I have to keep on putting aceite because I think
Okay, we in this bitch. You see this? What?
Do you have your ready? Let's open this.
Do I have my what?
Your steak.
Oh no, it's in there right now.
Wait, it's in there?
I just put it in. I just put it in.
This is pretty thick. I'm gonna have to figure out how to cut this.
Yours has what?
I said my piece of steak is pretty thick. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to cut this.
True. I don't do that shit, man, because that's why I love this one. The reason I love this meal too is because it's quick and it's quick for me because I do the thin sliced steak.
So you bought it already thinly sliced. I'm like over here chopping it to otherwise it would be way too
Yeah.
thick.
I do it super thin, so that way it's mad fast. Super thin, and then when I'm storing them,
Uh-huh.
well, my mom does this shit. She cuts them up and like wraps them up in plástico para no tener los serving sizes like small and separate.
Ooh, so wait,
So
she
that
puts a layer of plastic like saran wrap in between
yeah,
that?
yeah. When we get the meat, that's the first thing we do. So they're just like they're layered in the freezer.
Have you been cooking a lot right now during this self-isolation more than
Yep.
usual?
Yes, I have.
What are you enjoying the most about it right now?
About cooking or about isolation?
About isolation? Are you
I'm pretty
cooking?
much a loner, so I like this.
That's what I'm fine.
I'm
Other
fine, good. I'm good. I don't need the parties. I don't need
other
the events. I don't need it.
the only thing I really do miss is my family. Like I haven't gotten a chance
Same.
to see. So I have to do a lot of FaceTime and doing basically what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
And I want to hug them. I hug them, but again, like I'm not a person that's really out at bars or parties or anything like that.
Same, dude. So it's hard. Like my niece's 10th birthday was just like last week, and it sucks because we had to do it over FaceTime.
¿Te le cantaste?
Yeah, le cantamos sobre FaceTime, and she's my brother's wife, my sister-in-law. She's from Argentina, so we had half the family. Like my sister-in-law's phone had all the family in Argentina, and my brother's phone had all of us. And so there's a family photo where she's in front of the cake and she's holding one phone and holding the other. And
It's gonna live this. Remember on my 10th birthday?
yeah, her 10th birthday was long distance. Sucks, man.
Pero primeramente, well,
What'd you say?
así que primeramente está la salud, and as long as
Yeah.
everybody that's already a win on its own. And I know that it's really difficult right now. Like a lot of people are going through a really, really hard time. But the one thing is that I actually appreciate about technology right now is being able to do this at least.
It's not bad.
And being able to sing happy birthday for that.
At least.
Take in here real quick.
At the very least.
Jessie, how did you and Billie Eilish connect? How did that all start out?
She posted my shit on her Instagram like 3 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, man. A long time ago. She posted Gatekeeper or something. She posted one of my songs. I think it was Gatekeeper. And she's been showing love ever since. It's lit. We got into the studio. The energy was right. And then she's the homie. She's been also telling Nick the same thing. I'm like, the thing about her that's dope is that she's always been consistent. Like, she was showing me love from from back then. Mad love from back then. She's arguably now the biggest artist in the world, and she hasn't switched up. Like, it's still mad love.
Do you talk to her often?
Pardon me?
Do you get to talk to her often now?
Well, not really, to be honest. Like, I've kind of just been headfirst into the album. Like, focused on, because it's like the Wild Wild West. Like, nobody knows what the fuck they're doing on how to release music right now. Nobody knows how people are going to react or receive things. Nobody knows how online promo is going to go. Like, nobody knows shit. So, I've kind of had my blinders on and just been working on that.
Who did you go to for advice on whether you were going to release the album or not? Outside people?
I definitely did, because I talked to my team and I was like, I'm confused, I'm scared. And they were like, well, we're going to do what you feel like doing. And I was like, sick, I'm still confused. And I went on Instagram and I asked how people felt. And it was 3% of people saying, yeah, you should hold it because you never know, blah, blah, blah. And then 97% of people were like, fuck you, drop it. So then, pardon?
Go ahead. Sorry.
So then I decided to drop it, but it helps. Like, those are the moments where I'm really grateful for social media because I was so close to postponing it. I was hella close to postponing it.
I'm happy. I'm happy that you put it out. One of another songs that I really love is "Roof." I love. I think I have onion on my forehead. I love what you did with the verse. I also love the nods in there. You give love to the Fuji, Lauryn Hill, Jay-Z, Kendrick. Have you gotten a chance? Oh, and Amy Winehouse, of course. Have you gotten a chance to link up with anybody that you mentioned?
Yeah, man. Jigga was one of the Jay-Z was one of the first people at the table when 3 years ago, when all the labels started calling us because of Kiddo and because of figures. Jay-Z and Rock Nation was one of the first. We're some of the first people at the table. And the reason, I don't know if you saw Lenny in here. Shout out Lenny, man. But I've said this before. Rock Nation is fucking real, man. Because when we decided to go out with a different partner, I decided to call everybody and let everybody know, like all the other labels and every other partner that wanted to sign, and let them know, listen, thank you for your time, but this is who we went with. And I can count on one hand, like it was a ton of partners. We were in a really good position. There was a bidding war. People were fucking about it. And I can count on one hand the people that like stayed showing love. Everybody else was like, yeah, free dinners. Yeah, come to this, come to that. And then the second we told them we're going with somebody else, they were like, all right, ghost. Or all right, and the energy just switched. Like nothing. But everybody at Rock was like, it's all good, man. It's still fam. It's still love. And they just been that way. Yeah, man. So Jigga, fucking, who else? Kendrick linked up in Europe. I think it was last year at one of his shows, and he snapped and he killed it and he did sick, and it was just dope to be able to tell him that he's in my top 5. It's crazy to be able to tell, like, when you're a top 5 rappers, to be like, yo, man, you're in my top 5. It's crazy.
I love, when I heard that, I was like, yo, that is so dope what she did. Is there any chance of a collaboration with you and Kendrick? If you can hear me, Kendrick, I would love to hear that. And I could just imagine in my head the sound of you and El Boogie together. That would be
my God. That would be nuts. Maybe, God willing, man, when the time's right.
Todo su tiempo.
Yeah, todo su tiempo. I leave it up to God and see what happens. I know I'm a little in front of you, but I'm plating.
Oh, you're plating already?
Okay, lit. Yeah, I'm plating. I had to take it off because I feel like it was gonna get dry, and I like my shit wet.
It's gonna be all hard. Like, that's not how it's supposed to be.
Oh my God, this conversation took a turn for the worst. Wet. It's gonna be all hard. Sick.
Are you dropping a deluxe version of the album?
I may or may not be dropping a deluxe version of the album.
You may or may not be. Are you gonna be adding songs possibly? You know what I really loved, and Nick brings it up a lot too, is "Far Away."
Thank you.
And we were both like, why isn't it on the album? And I was like, maybe she's gonna drop it on the deluxe. I don't know.
It's coming. It's gonna be on the deluxe.
Woohoo! There's my theory. I'm a pretty smart girl. I want to know, like, why. What's the song?
Yeah, I'll show you this one. That's my plating. Small portions.
Your plating is different than mine. Yo lo puse todo junto como una paquita. Look at that.
One like that? Okay, I think this looks better. There, boom.
Well, I'm gonna plate it and put it for Nick to eat. I'm gonna talk to you really quick. When you make a song like "Far Away," what's the inspiration behind it? Why did you feel like it was important to not put out a song like that, but also have a music video that was so impactful?
Because I think it's easy to feel empathy when you're Latina, considering everything that's been going on with our community. If you don't, you gotta be fucking blind not to, you know? I remember watching an interview of this little girl bawling because she'd been separated from her family. And she had brown skin just like me. And she had dark hair just like me. And that shit hurt because I was like, oh man, that little girl could have easily been me if my cards had been dealt differently. Mm-hmm. You know? It could have easily been me. And like my story is different, and it could have been so, like I told you this before, how my family came from Colombia to Canada, but from Canada we were trying to get to the States, and it took us 16 years to get legally approved.
Wow. That's a really long.
It was fucked. And we're coming from Canada. We're coming from Canada.
Yeah.
Suppose we were coming from a fucked up area. People always want to condemn everybody and be like, oh, well, if you're doing illegal activity, then, like, you're going to get reprimanded and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, well, what if you just take it down to, like, a human level? Take it down to a human level and consider yourself, and consider if you had kids and someone's telling you there's a better life, there's a better option, but you're going to have to wait 16 years and it's going to cost you thousands of dollars for somebody to maybe tell you no once you get to the border, or to get kicked back. What are you going to do? Are you going to do anything in your capabilities to protect your family and, like, do whatever you can to help uplift and help make sure that your kids have a secure future, help make sure that you're putting them in an environment where you have faith that they're going to flourish? Or are you going to wait and put your trust in the government that's consistently let people down? What are you going to do?
You know, I think that a lot of people always, at least people that are against it, will say, oh, I would have done it the right way. But it's like, no, you have no idea of what that's like. I always say, I'm proud and I'm grateful and I'm incredibly blessed that I did have a mother that had a crossover. And I honestly don't give a flying fuck what anybody thinks about it. Because of that woman, I have a better future here. And I'm as proud as American as I am Mexican. And I love both of those parts of it. And something that a lot of people don't really understand. We took a trip down to TJ, a beautiful trip that I would say, I'm calling it a beautiful trip because I got to see a different side of you that I feel a lot of people don't see. We were both looking at the asylum seekers that are in TJ, and I felt like at one point I looked at you because I was like stuck at like everything we were seeing and all the heartbreak that was happening, and just like I feel the lack of empathy of people when there's like such a humanitarian crisis going on at the border, that it just made me wonder, like, what were your thoughts at that moment? Like, what were you thinking when we were on that trip?
I was thinking, it put a lot of things into perspective of how much more I can do to help. How much more I can do to help. Because there's people that are on the front lines that are literally sacrificing their entire life for our community, for the people that are having difficulties in our community, that are part of our bloodline. So it motivated me to just want to be more active, to want to do more publicly and privately, publicly to motivate and privately, because it obviously by default makes you appreciate, like, just like what you said, like your family and what my parents did too, to make sure that we were all right, to make sure that we were good. It makes it, I don't know, man. It puts into perspective how easy it is for us, like people that are at home, to be able to help. Because considering the sacrifices that the people on the front lines are doing, in comparison, it's nothing. So what's it to us if we could help? You know what I mean? No es nada comparado si uno no está sacrificando la vida entera para ayudar a la comunidad. Usted que está en la casa, usted también puede ayudar de cualquier manera, pero puede ayudar, you know?
Right. Poquito a poquito se puede hacer algo.
Yeah, yo.
En cualquier manera que sea. Last question. Why did you decide to keep your album? What I love from beginning to end.
Thank you. I decided to keep it, first off, as an homage to, like, anybody that's been here from the beginning, you know? Anybody that's legit been here from the beginning. Shout out.
Yeah. What time's in the air?
Anybody who's been here from the beginning. Because a lot of people are going to hear this album that have never heard my shit before. A lot of people are going to hear this album that have never heard my shit before. And so I wanted to include that seed there because that song helped propel a lot of my career forward. But I also wanted it there as, like, it's almost like if you're looking at a Where's Waldo, and like half the people in the room know where Waldo is, so it's almost like a little bond to be like, ooh, yeah, I know about that shit. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Yeah, so it's homage. It's homage to the people that have fucked with me from the beginning, to the people that have been there, that played my shit in cars on the aux or on the Bluetooth when nobody knew who the fuck I was, and to the people who gave me interviews when nobody would give me interviews and pull up or like invite me in. It's homage, man. It's homage, and it's because you could argue that it's got like whatever 100 million whatever streams, but it's like 800, 900 million short. To be the whole world, and the shit that I'm going for is global, you know? So there's ways to go, but that's why.
I'm so happy to put it on there. I'm so proud of you.
Thank
I
you.
love seeing you grow and continue to shine. I'll never
Thank you.
forget the first I saw you walking by at the BET radio room, completely unexpected. I snapped out. I was like, Jessie, like, what's over here? It was awesome, and it's been love ever since.
Yo, it's been love ever since, man. I've been lucky with the people I've had interactions with, yo. I've been blessed. Thank you.
So much, Jessie. I'm gonna get to this. I still haven't played it.
Sorry, I was hungry. I couldn't wait.
It's gonna get cold. Actually, I should probably try it and see. Any last words for everybody watching?
Wash your hands. Stay at home. We have to get better as a community. There's doctors and nurses that are sacrificing time with their families for your ass. So don't be unappreciative. Help. Stay home. And if you can't stay home, then do the fucking bare minimum. Dude, don't go to parties. Don't do that shit. Get on FaceTime. Have shots with your friends. Figure out a way not to do it in an irresponsible way. I'm trying. You should try too.
You made me want to take a shot. I'm gonna take your advice.
Lit.
I'm gonna do it right now. Love you, Jessie.
Love you too. Bye. Take care. Thanks for motivating me to want to make something healthy.
Hey.
Bye.